sinking further. How much deeper till I breathe the sea? Stop treading water. Amalgamation.
What is up, my shredheads? Welcome back to the channel. On today's video, we're actually running to the church right now to pick up my SUR RON. I cannot believe the day is finally here. I'm so excited. I've been waiting anxiously to receive this thing. There's a FedEx truck right there right now. Oh my God, my heart is beating out of my chest. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the truck in the neighborhood, so I'm bringing the skateboard to see if I'll be able to set the pallet on top of there and actually push it into my neighborhood like that. I was just mall grabbing my board. So excited. What's up, man? I've been waiting for this day. Ordered September 18th, it's October 22nd. It got here quick. Early Christmas, woo! Let's go. Guys, if you want to support the channel, check out all those discount links down below. Hell yeah, Lunicycles, you guys got that thing here quick. Drop a like for this. Box looks perfect too. Oh wow. I wonder if I should just put it sideways and we'll walk sideways.
Let's try that?
Yeah, like on this one right here. Like this. And then we'll kind of just, yeah, just like that. Perfect. All right, well, if you guys get a SUR RON and you don't have a dolly and you got a skateboard, that's the way to get it back to your house. Let's get this sucker home and get it put together. All right, this is how we're gonna get it home. This is probably the first SUR RON skateboard delivery service ever made right here, guys. This is actually fun. I actually bought a SUR RON just to make it a scooter on a skateboard. This is the reason I got this thing. All right, now that we finally skated all the way over here with the SUR RON, we're gonna get this thing unboxed and assembled. And make sure, if you guys do wanna move this box, it's super heavy, definitely get a friend to help you out. All right, now let's get this unboxed. Make sure you grab yourself a nice sharp razor blade. Boom, 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 boom. I guess the next step is gonna be I'm gonna have to lift this straight up. Holy crap. There it is, guys. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm so stoked. I'm so happy that this is here. So, all right, I'm thinking these are gonna be maybe the tools. So they stuffed the battery charger right here. Be careful pulling it out because that's where your horn is. Let's see what's inside this box. Oh, it's a little plate that goes on the front. And then also your programming cable and then a few zip ties. Oh, looks like they give you some Allen keys and some tools. And I don't know just yet what this is. And the instruction manual, awesome. Some bolts and stuff, so let's take that out and just leave that out. Pretty sure this is gonna be my charger. Yep, 100% that's the charger. Once I can get to the battery, that's gonna be the first thing I'm gonna pull out and take it right inside and get it charging. Darn, this thing is freaking serious. What's in here are the pegs, so I don't think I'm going to be using a peg since I have the pedal kit I'm going to install before I even go on my first ride. As I was looking for the other peg, I just noticed the other peg is actually on the bike, so you're going to have one peg inside. Check this out, guys. Here are the stickers for the frame and I guess the battery. Let me know down in the comments if you guys want me to put these on or just get my own decals and slap on there. Now let's get back to unwrapping this sucker. All right, so the next step is I'm going to get this tire off, free it, and just set it off to the side. Looks like there's some spacers in there. Make sure you guys don't lose that when you're ready to use them and you unclip them from there. All right, let's get all this stuff removed. And then the first thing is we're gonna get the handlebar mounted. Before we get the handlebar mounted, we're gonna get the throttle on. Back to pink scissors. D&M forks, nice. Let me get the keys first, actually. There we go. A lot of stuff going on here with this package job, guys. Now, I gotta find the throttle. This is the brake. Now we're gonna get the throttle. First, before the throttle goes on, is the brake. Try not to tug on that too much. And again, we're gonna get all this stuff on there just very snug, not super tight at all, because we're gonna go back and make sure everything is to your liking. It looks like I want that to go under. So let me hold that here. I think I want that to be under, right? There we go, that's gonna be better. And then Just make sure nothing's tangled up or tied up with anything. Slide that on. They say on the instructional manuals at Lunicycle, when you do tighten this up, make sure it's not all the way to the end because it can get frozen on or stuck on, so you always leave a little bit of a gap between the end of the bar. So right here we have a 4mm socket. Like I said, I'm just kind of snugging these on so they're not flopping around or moving all over the place. Okay. That's just snug on there. Same thing, 4mm on the brake. Let's see if that's a 4mm also. Yep, 4mm. Be careful not to drop that or lose it. Make sure you keep all the brake lines and everything out of the way. Okay, looks like you just kind of slide that behind it. I'm gonna get these on like finger tight at first. Get a couple threads on each one, that way it'll stay up there. Make sure when you tighten these up, do them in a kind of like a cross pattern, star pattern, whatever you want to call it. But don't torque them down all the way. And make sure when you screw them on, you're doing them evenly. You loosen it up a little bit again, because I do want to move it. All right, guys, so now that that is done, the next step is we got to get the axle out of this little block here. Then we're going to get the bike out of the pallet and on top of that box right there. And then we're going to install the front tire on. Before you get started on removing the axle, make sure you loosen this strap up and just know that it's going to pop up pretty far, so be careful. I'm kind of scared. Oh, wow. So from what I hear down here, it's kind of hard to get the axle out. So let's hope I don't have that much of a hard time. So I got an 8mm Allen key socket, I guess you call these. I'm just gonna keep that, actually keep it on that side just so I know it came from that side. I don't want to get messed up. Same thing, pull out the other end. That was actually pretty easy. I'm actually putting the socket in the other side and then tapping it with the ratchet. Oh, there we go. Now we got it all the way out. All right, guys, so now that we got it on this stand, we're gonna get your front tire, gonna clip this off and get your spacers out. Try not to lose them. Now that the spacers are out, you're gonna wanna just push them right in there. Be careful because they're gonna be easy to pop out. One on that side, one on that side. The next step is you're gonna wanna remove that brake spacer. Get your axle ready to go in. All right, thank you. Try to line them up, at least get one started. All right, got one started. There we go. I gotta get it straight in the other side. There we go. Okay. There we go. There we go. Now we got it in. So after we get it in, make sure we tighten up the ends here. Woo! All right, let me just get that finger tight in there. All right, let me grab my 8mm Allen key. Tighten it down a little bit. All right, guys, now that we got the front wheel on, not all the way torqued down, I'm gonna remove the rest of the packaging off the bike. Oh, it's a fender under here. It's a fender under. The seat's definitely gonna be changed out right away. Then the pedal kit. The seat is 5 out of 10 on how comfortable it is. Does the kickstand work? Does this kickstand work? Yes, it works. All right, let's pop this off right quick. Guys, I'm gonna get this battery out ASAP. Make sure the breaker is off and it's, check down here. See that? That's the breaker for the battery. Always make sure that's off before you remove it. When you install that battery, also remember that that's flipped to the left to off. So let's get this stuff out of the way and pull. Oh, little wiggles straight up. There is a pad that came in the box that I got to put down here for the battery. And here's that green cable. That's a limiter cable right here. So right now this bike is limited to like what, 30 miles an hour. Once I cut this green wire, this bike is going to be totally unlocked. I'm going to wait before I cut this green wire. I'm going to ride it a few days first. We'll see what the top speed is and everything. Then we'll cut the wire. We got a new battery, 60 volt, 60 amp hour battery coming from Chai Battery Systems. We also have the new controller, BAC 4000. This thing's gonna go 65 miles an hour. I'm super excited about that. So let's get this inside and charged. All right guys, so this is my torque wrench. These right here are supposed to be set between 20 and 25. I got it set to 24.4 Newton meters. So I'm gonna get my 8mm Allen key, put it in there. Make sure it's set to righty-tighty. All right, 24 Newton meters. So you get it in there and you're just gonna go until you hear it click. So you see that click? That's it, that's the torque right there. So I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. And that's all it takes right there. Can't forget the pinch bolts, it's important. This is for the battery, just like a little soft pad that set it on top. Get the backing off. I'm gonna be switching the battery out on this thing pretty soon anyways. Boom, set it down just like that. That's all it takes. All right guys, so now that I got everything on, everything kind of to the way I want it, I'm gonna set up the handlebars to my liking, and then I'll start getting everything tightened down. Just make sure everything's even to where you want it. So I think I like the handlebars just like that. So let me just tighten everything down. And again, do it in a cross pattern. All right, so next is gonna be the throttle, how we want it. All right, so remember they said when you push the throttle in, make sure you have a little gap at the end. Just to be safe, I want to give it a nice good gap there. Again, try not to over tighten anything too much because you don't want to strip it out. Look how close that is to the throttle. Let me know if you guys have a different way of setting up the throttle down below in the comments. I'm learning with you guys. All right, I think that's good right there. All right, front brake is installed. This is a Fisher Fab headlight. This thing is super duper bright. I can't wait to check it out at nighttime to see what it's all about. All right guys, so the final step is we're gonna get this fender on there. So I'm gonna start off by getting some of these just finger tight. All right, get that one to grab. That doesn't look too bad. There we go. All tightened down. The recommended air pressure on here is between like 18 and 30 PSI. I'm gonna go between 28 and 25 PSI. All right, 28 PSI. By the time I get this unscrewed, it's probably gonna be like 25 or 24. All right, guys, now that I got everything put together, I think I'm gonna have to mess with this crazy rat's nest of wires here. So I got a bunch of zip ties. I'll get that all cleaned up after the battery's all charged. Before your first ride, make sure you guys wipe off the rotors because they do apply some kind of anti-rust spray or some kind of stuff on there. So make sure you remove all that stuff on the front and rear. All right guys, so that's the end of that unboxing and assembly video. So stay tuned for the next video where I'm gonna be putting the pedal kit on this bad boy. We're gonna be doing a review, test ride, speed test, and we're also gonna cut that speed limiter on there to see how fast we can go. So we're gonna do a before and after speed limiter. We're gonna do a before and after speed with the new controller and new battery. So lots of content coming for this bike. I'm so stoked to finally have it. I've wanted this bike for a long time and it's finally here, guys. So I'm stoked to ride with you guys and show you how fun this thing is. So that's the end of that video. If you found that video helpful, please consider subscribing, hitting that like button and ringing that notification to be notified when I'm making videos. And again, if you guys do want to support the channel, please check out all those e-bike discount links down below. It's very helpful to the channel and helping us grow. And are you guys ready for the moment of silence for the subscribe button? In 3, 2, 1, hit subscribe, heads down. All right guys, I'll see you on the first SUR RON ride.